Welcome to the RedPill Diaries. I'm going to talk about how isms fail. And the first one I'm going to mention, by the way, this is Slovenia, quite possibly the most magical place in the world. Rumble. Oh, just while I wait for my breakfast to cook here. Come, wee man. Rumble's deaf now. Anyway, why isms fail? Starting with fascism. Fascism could work and has worked. I suppose you could include monarchies in fascism. Look at this. The reason why fascism has failed is because the people who tend to get control in a fascist, well, who take control tend to be big dumb galoots, right? They're not the smartest people on earth, but they've got balls, and they've got oh, you can see all those trout in the distance. You won't see it in the camera. And that pool at the end there, three trout. Anyway, what happens is the big dumb brutes take control, and it's just like when you have like a drunk shipping captain who knows the way. I know the way, and next thing you hit an iceberg, the Titanic goes down. It's the same kind of scenario, right? It's the same in a monarchy sometimes, where you have let's say the heir to the throne happens to be retarded, right? And then what happens? The kingdom goes downwards. It's the exact same theory. And that's why fascism almost always fails, because even if it doesn't fail straight away, let's say a dictatorship like they have in North Korea, all it takes is one inbred son or one pansy son who lets the neighbouring country take over them, depending on the age that you're living in, the era. Now you can't, the era that we're living in now is an era that, well, you would think we're at a stage where it says, now we've stolen what we have, like the royal family in Britain, for example. You can't use the same tactics as what we use to steal everyone's wealth off them. It's like bagsies, no double taps, blah blah blah, you know, that sort of stuff children say, stampsies and all. It's kind of like that. So it's only a matter of time in a fascist, oppressive regime. Oh, let's not say oppressive. Let's just say fascist, right? Because you could just have plain fascism. You will do this. The country will be better if you do this, right? You've been dictated to. It can work. But you would have to have some control mechanism to stop nepotism, or even if you weren't to stop nepotism, you'd have to have a control mechanism to basically check the validity of each son or daughter who was going to be the heir. If you were a complete moron, or you're a pansy, or just had no common sense but were intelligent, you're not suitable to be the dictator, right? But that's not going to happen. The way nepotism works, and the way that fascism tends to start out, you know, it's unlikely you're going to find someone who is going to, you know, who's not going to tick the boxes of being a leader who's going to make a country prosperous. One of the few, if you take fascism away, one of the few dictators who did really, really well was Gaddafi, and that's why America had to take him out, because that was an example of basically a socialist dictatorship. Wouldn't go so far as to say fascist, but that's what you cannot have, those examples of things working. You can't. I'm actually surprised countries like this, countries like Scotland, countries like Norway that have and New Zealand that have a lot of socialism, probably more than I would say that they're more socialist rather than capitalist, because they're so heavily taxed, for example, and they have all the infrastructure you'd expect from a socialist place. I'm surprised that America hasn't tried to take them out, although America did try to take out David Lungy, who was the ex-Prime Minister of New Zealand, when he refused to let the nuclear ships in his country. So it has been pondered, I suppose. But yeah, they will do anything to destroy a socialist country. To me, I don't want to see socialism and capitalism or any other ism take off, except for anarchism. It's the only one that will work. But yeah, if you know, if they are to start up anywhere in the world, same as if capitalism takes off somewhere in the world. Let's say there's a country in the world that is the first country to ever get capitalism in this century, right? Because none have at the moment. I wouldn't want to derail it just to show, hey guys, look, see, it's failing. But that's exactly what these people do, who try to prove Marxism wrong. And by the way, Karl Marx actually wrote one of the most comprehensive studies on capitalism. He was actually a capitalist as well, but not a lot of people know that. So yeah, look into it. I think it's called the Green Book or something like that. Anyway, that was my thing on fascism. I'll try to do one each day on isms. Well, not each day. Every few Red Pill Diaries. All right. Look at this place, man. Woohoo! These are the mountains in that direction that I came from, where I slept last night, are much bigger. But yeah, look at those peaks up there. This place is awesome. Anyway, Slovenia, it's spellbinding. See ya.